Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Mimi. I am a psychic medium, spiritual healer, Reiki master, among other things. Guys, I hope you guys have been doing well. It's been so long. I feel like it's been forever since I've posted anything on here. And the reason for that is mostly because my energy was elsewhere. I was serving in other ways. Um, I don't know if I have time to go into details about that, but I'll probably make another video about that later on. But I am here today because we have a message from Archangel Gabriel, and it's a very important message. I wasn't planning on coming back from my time off, my sabbatical, for another 10, 15 days when I was going to give you guys the 2022 predictions that I received. However, um, Archangel Gabriel came in today with while I was meditating this morning. I felt like this. I picked up on the energy of the collective, and it was just dense. It was heavy. It was a lot of anxiety wrapped around the collective. And whenever I pick up stuff like that, I usually do like energy hearing, clear healing, and cleansing for the collective. But I was told that let's do something different today. A message needs to be put out there. People need to understand what's going on and why it's happening. Okay, but mostly what's going on, what they can do to help themselves and to help others. Okay, and I was asking, what's going on because I was curious, and Archangel Gabriel said that, and I wrote some of it down. Like I took notes because the thing with the archangels is whenever I'm channeling them, because I usually work with three main archangels. I usually work with Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael. Archangel Michael, like when I channel messages from him directly to, either the collective or for a private reading, or, privately for a person who requested a reading, his messages are his energy is almost like it takes over the whole space, to where you feel it, where you cannot miss the message, and it's very strong and very masculine. And I notice when I channel messages from him, my voice even changes. Archangel Gabriel's a little bit, a little bit more, a little bit more gentle. But Archangel Gabriel came in, and I was like, I'm happy to, be the messenger in this case, and give that message out. So I asked what was going on, because I was like, I mean, I know and I've heard of all the, recent deaths and everything, but I feel like that sort of happens every year or so, almost, if you guys noticed. So that wasn't really anything that like was too surprising. I feel like every year towards this time, there's always deaths happening, and it usually happens, with huge celebrities or public figures, and people are always like shocked and overwhelmed. But I don't feel like that was just it, with what was going on. So I asked, and health was brought up, and I was told that in 2022, health was going to be even more important than it was for the past 2 years, which to me was a bit of a shock, because, hello, the past 2 years have been literal hell, for health in general, and with everything that's happened, everything that's been going on with that virus, right? So I was shocked that health was going to be a major factor in this year. And I wanted to know, like, was it just this thing that we've been dealing with in the past 2 years? And I was told no. And I had to write down everything, because with Archangel Gabriel, I feel like you have to write down everything. I channel Gabriel a lot better when I'm doing automated writing, and when I'm in meditation. So I wrote down some of it. So I'm going to share that, and then as well, any additional messages Gabriel has, I will give you guys. Okay, so what I was told was that there is a new energetic wave that has caused a merge. This merge, what it did was it solidified the mind, the body, and the soul for those who are here physically on Earth. Okay, now I was told that because this took place, it's it's going to get to the point where it's going to be damn near impossible, or at the very least extremely difficult, for us to just handle with dealing with one part of us. Because remember, we're talking about the mind, we're talking about the body, and we're talking about the soul. So if, let's say for example, because you, okay, okay, let's say for example you have a toothache, right? You've had this toothache for on and off months, right? You know, you haven't really gone to the dentist even though you know you're supposed to. You've just been sort of taking painkillers, or you know, like adding some type of numbing gel or something like that to just sort of cover it. But you have been like taking care of your soul. You have been, you know, doing your prayers, if that's how you connect spiritually. You have been manifesting, if that's how you handle your spirituality. You have been, you know, meditating, if that's what you do. Or, you know, if you are spiritual in the religious aspect, you've been going to the mosque, you've been going to church, you've been going to the temple, you've been going to the synagogue, you've been doing whatever it is. You've been taking care of your soul. You've been making sure that your soul has been thriving, that you wake up every single day feeling the presence of spirit, feeling God, feeling just, you know, making sure that that end of you is covered and taken care of, right? But meanwhile, you've been neglecting your tooth. You've been neglecting the body, the physical health, which would be the tooth in this case, right? And you know, but your soul is thriving. You're really thriving, you know, spiritually, right? And you're also thriving mentally because you've been reading up on mental health. You know, you've been going to the therapist, you've been taking good care of your mental health in every each way that you're able to, but you're neglecting your physical body. In the past, before this energetic merge took place, you could do that. You could put off one part of you and take care of the others and be okay. But with this new energetic merge that has taken place, you can no longer neglect one without the other two suffering. Meaning, if, let's say, for example, you are, you know, like I said, you've been taking care of your spiritual, and you've been taking care of your mental, but you've been avoiding the physical, right? Doing what needs to be done for your physical body. Um, Energetically, your body is going to pull, and Gabriel is showing me how the body is going to start pulling what it's getting from the other things that you're taking care of to try to help the physical. I'm trying to explain it as best as I can without confusing you guys. It's almost like yeah, I'm explaining it right. It's going to try to pull from the spiritual health and from the mental health to sustain the physical health, if that makes sense, right? So what does that look like? What does that look like for us, right? Let's say, you know, we've been taking care of our spiritual health and we've been taking care of our mental health, but we've been avoiding the physical health. Your spiritual health is going to feed whatever you've been doing, whether you pray, you know, whether you meditate, whether you go to church, it's going to start to feel like it's not enough, right? And Archangel Gabriel is saying it's not actually going to be that it's not enough. It's going to be that the soul is going to be asking you to pull your attention to the physical body because that's where it's needed. So you're going to feel like, okay, why isn't church giving me the feeling it used to give me? Why isn't meditation working the way I need it to work? Why am I unable to manifest like I used to be able to manifest, right? Why isn't my spiritual, you know, my spiritual journey not, why does it feel like it's stagnant? Why does it feel like it's not doing anything? And same thing, you're going to start to feel like, you know, if you've been taking care of your mental health, you're going to start to feel like whatever you do to take care of your mental health, you're going to start to feel like, how come it feels like it's not enough? And Archangel Gabriel wants me to clarify that you're handling those two, but because you're not handling the third, the physical body, it's pulling from that to where it's making you feel or making you believe that those two are not enough. Okay, so the solution here, right? Because that's what we want to always get to, right? That's the point of healing from deep within, this channel and all of that. The solution here is not to stop doing those two, but to also show attention and show care and take care of the physical as well, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's look at it from a different angle. Let's say, for example, you work out, you eat well, you take excellent care of your physical body, right? But there is a bit lacking on the mental health aspect. You don't take care of your mental health, right? You don't you don't face the healing that needs to be faced or needs to take care for your childhood traumas. You don't find healthy coping mechanisms. You're not signed up for that therapist, even though you're supposed to. You're not getting the mental care health that you need. You're basically neglecting that. That is basically, and you take great care of your body, like I said, and then you do everything you're supposed to do for your spiritual health as well. So those two are good. Now your mental health is suffering, and while the other two are good, whatever you're doing for the other two, energetically your mental health is going to start pulling from those. Okay, now it's not going to actually pull to where you can we're speaking energetically here. I just want to explain that. Like, it's going to start pulling from that energetically. So because it's going to start pulling from what you are taking care of, what it is being fulfilled, what is being watered, what is being flourished, it's going to pull from that energetically. And because it's going to pull from that which is being taken care of, it's going to start to feel like it's not working. Okay. And again, we're going back to the solution, which is, I was sort of sidetracked from that. The solution is to make sure that your physical body is getting what it needs, right? Make sure you're taking care of your health. Make sure you are, you know, taking care of your immune system, making sure it's strong. Make sure you are working out. Make sure you are not putting junk 24/7 into your body. Make sure if you are, ill, sick, or you have, an injury or something, you are giving it just as much care, right? And same thing, your mental health. You want to make sure your mental health is getting the attention it needs, right? And I know there's a stigma with certain groups when it comes to therapy and when it comes to getting help, but I'm a great advocate for, you know, health when it comes to taking care of your mental health. When it comes to a licensed therapist or a licensed counselor, you do need that. Okay. And even though I'm extremely spiritual, always turning to God and all that other good stuff, but you have to understand that at the end of the day, the creator created therapists, counselors, psychiatrists, psychologists for you to be able to get the help you need when you need it. So that's not something you can really be like, oh, well, you know, I don't believe in that. I'm just going to turn to God. Well, God created that and with the intention of helping you. So if you want to make it all about God or all about spirit or all about angels, you need to understand that, those tools and those people whose purpose is to heal were placed here to heal something that you may be struggling with. So that's something that needs to be looked at as an option, right? That's not something that you need to just turn your back against. And then same thing again. Also, if you've just been taking care of your physical and you've been taking care of your mental, but you haven't been spiritually growing, you haven't been spiritually doing what needs to, you haven't had that connection with spirit, you haven't had that connection with your maker. That's something that you need to start looking into, because you're going to need all three to fully function, to fully thrive in the next coming years, starting right now. Okay, so that's something that Archangel Gabriel wanted me to tell people, because Archangel Gabriel is saying that a lot of people right now are struggling. They're struggling on one end and they're not understanding why the coping mechanisms they had before are not helping. And this is what's going on. You're energetically pulling from other parts of you to be able to sustain what you're not dealing with, what you're not healing, what you're not currently helping. Okay, so Archangel Gabriel wanted me to put this message out here, let you guys know, please make sure you are taking care of your health in every aspect, in the physical, in the mental, and in the spiritual. And if you do these three, you will continue to thrive. You will be okay. You will be more than okay. But if you ignore one, focus on the other, or you ignore two and just focus on one, you are going to be extremely overwhelmed. You're going to feel like it is absolutely impossible to make it from day to day. It's going to be a struggle in layman terms. So because this has been going on for the past few months, I feel like it started in the 2021, like towards the end. Um, this needed to be put out here. People need to know that you can't just focus on one without taking care of the others, okay? Because I don't know, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, when did this happen? I'm hearing February was when this energetic wave merge happened. I don't know what, like, I don't really follow the planets as much. Like, I know when the planets are in retrograde every now and then, I know, but most of the time I don't know. But something shifted and caused this to where if you are here now physically on Earth, I'm not talking about a spirit here on Earth, I'm not talking about, um, anything that's, I'm talking about you're physically here on Earth, you're in the physical flesh, you're in the physical body here on Earth. um, if you are here, like I'm here, and you're physically here on Earth in the flesh, and then you went through this energetic merge where the body, the mind, and the soul solidified even more, to where you can't take care of one while neglecting the other, because this happened. I'm being told that it's going to, in the next coming months, um, I'm being told people are going to feel like they're losing it. People are going to feel like they can't handle it. Um, so that's why this message needed to be put out there, to give people a head start, an advantage, to know what they need to do to be able to move forward, to be able to make sure they're, putting their best foot forward, to give them not even hope, but just, so there's nothing worse than ignorance and not knowing something and suffering because of it. So that's why this message is being put out there. Hopefully you guys can get something out of it, that would be helpful to you, that's going to make sense to you, that's going to bring some clarity to and for you. I just wanted to go ahead and put it out. Like I said, I have my 2022 predictions coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. If you have not subscribed, feel free to do so if you feel like you want to. No pressure. What else? I have a whole bunch of readings that I recorded last year. I feel like I'm gonna post that this year if it hasn't come true. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch some of them videos, because I do get people here that if you post something that's already come true, they'll try to fight you in the comments, or they'll exercise their demons in the comments. But that's besides the point. I'm gonna go back and look at some of these videos and see if it would be, good, if you guys would enjoy it, or I'm psychically going to tap into it to see if you guys would even want to see it or not, and then I'll post them. But aside from that, I do have a whole bunch of videos that I am going to be doing. I have like a specific list, both of unsolved crime videos, and also of celebrity, and just a little bit of what's going on in the world videos that I'm going to be posting. And usually when I post, you guys know it's like back to back to back, because I have a whole bunch, and I usually sit down and I set my energy onto just getting those out for you guys. So that's coming up. And then there's something else I wanted to, I can't think of it. Something else I wanted to say. It'll come back to me. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. If you have not, seen my videos before, definitely comment and let me know, what led you here, what, how did you randomly come across this video? Introduce yourself in the comments. Let me know who's watching, all that good stuff. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you feel like you want to subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.